Why do some people thrive effortlessly while others constantly struggle even when it seems like they're doing the same things, following the same strategies? The truth is that the results that you experience as a creative entrepreneur or just a creative in any capacity, whether you run a business or not, are a reflection of your internal state, not the external actions that you might be going through, right? So when you really learn to expand your nervous system capacity so that you can remain regulated through sort of life's inevitable ebbs and flows and stressors and circumstances, everything will flow more effortlessly. That includes money, creativity, all sorts of opportunities, because when you are wide and you are expanded, you can hold more. Life is like this person has done the work to be able to hold more. So in this video, I really want to talk about why success blocks aren't at all about strategy. They're about safety, nervous system safety. And then we'll deconstruct how your nervous system controls your ability to hold more and why you might self-sabotage when you can't, right? And then lastly, how to just train your body to make success feel more safe so that growth can happen more naturally. Because I have been afraid of success for much of my life, and I've been really learning a lot about what it means to rewire that. So if you're new here, my name is Kev. I'm an award-winning furniture designer, and now I'm a creative strategist, helping ambitious creatives design and build aligned businesses from the inside out. So let's just dive straight into the first point that I want to get across, which is the hidden pattern of why strategies just don't work, right? So many people fall into the trap of thinking that once I get the right strategy, then everything will unfold, right? But if that were true, every single person who's taken some business course would be a millionaire, would be wildly successful. So there must be something deeper that is limiting our capacity to cultivate success, whether that be as an entrepreneur, building a successful, thriving, profitable business, or even just in the way that you connect with others in relationships and community. It really goes to every area of your life. So for the most part, the real reason why you are stuck isn't because it's a lack of knowledge. It's literally an internal limit on how much success, ease, and even visibility that your nervous system deems you safe to be able to hold, right? So if your body is wired to equate success with more stress, you'll really unconsciously block it, no matter how perfect your strategy is. We have these deep-seated sort of notions around hustle culture, productivity, and all of those things that we think are the routes to success, where our body is subconsciously making these connections that, oh, success is stress, success is stress, success is stress. And our body doesn't want that, even though we operate within that most of the time. But because our body doesn't want it, the second that something that sort of fits the mold of success comes in, we're gonna push it away. We're gonna unconsciously block ourselves. So it's sometimes, I'm sure you've experienced this, but I'll speak for myself, right? Sometimes when I notice that things are going too well, I'll literally just get into an unconscious pattern of trying to self-sabotage it. And thank God I have people who love me, and I have a men's circle, and I have brothers that are here to call me out on my shit. Because I would sabotage so many beautiful things in my life without that accountability. But subtle forms of that can be, you procrastinating, you getting stuck in perfectionism, analysis paralysis. All of those things are ways that your nervous system is deeming the situation unsafe because it's unfamiliar, right? Oh, this is going really well. I'm not used to this, it's a little unfamiliar, how can I sabotage it, right? So it's your nervous system literally saying, this level of success that I'm approaching feels unsafe because it's unfamiliar. And I know it sounds so simple, but it's really, really deeply encoded inside of our body, so it's hard to really get down to the core of it. So now I want to really dive into why your nervous system determines your capacity for growth, and then we'll get into how to expand it, right? So we first need to understand that our nervous system is designed for safety, not necessarily for success, given the point that I made earlier that much of our programming around success involves a lot of stress, which I want to call bullshit on, right? Yes, there will be stress in life. But we don't need to celebrate stress like an accolade, and we don't need to subscribe to the sort of hustle culture lie of work 80 hours a week to become successful. I believe in hard work, but I don't believe in being busy for the sake of being busy. Now, go watch my video on busy is not productive, search my channel for it, you'll find it. Not gonna dive into that now because we're talking about the nervous system, baby. So, if success to you feels like pressure or has expectations, or even if there's like a potential failure involved, for example, your nervous system is going to reject it. Because why would you want to follow through on a potential fear of failure? Why would you want to move towards more stress, right? Why would you want to move towards unconscious expectations and pressures from the outside world if you get to be a certain level of successful? Your body's gonna be like, fuck no, like I wanna stay safe and small. And I wanna open up the invitation for you to play bigger, that it's safe to play bigger. So you don't need, more business hacks that are going to help you finally find the right strategy, right? What you truly need is to learn how to increase your capacity to hold more of life's experience, i.e. success, responsibility, and even like impact, right? Without being overwhelmed by stress. You can hold things that you can learn to hold things rather that previously caused you stress that now feel more safe in your system. So instead of our nervous system reacting to previous stressors, we can learn to increase our capacity and our awareness to hold, quote, stressful events with more ease. So this helps us really to show up in a bigger way, because the more that we can increase our nervous system capacity, the more that we're able to grow through life, because we are meeting an obstacle that previously shut us down that now we can expand and grow through. So to move on to how we can increase our nervous system capacity for things like more ease and abundance in our life. So what I've found to be true in my life and what I see constantly is success isn't about doing more. It's just not. You can insert the kind of epitaph of, you're not a human doing, you're a human being, right? So the more that we can learn to be with what is, to be with more of what is, accepting reality more fully, being able to embrace and hold more of it, that is sort of the prerequisite to cultivating success as a creative entrepreneur. So success is really about learning to hold more without your system sort of freaking out, right? When we can remain, I don't want to use the word balanced, but when we can remain connected, centered, and open and responsive, that's nervous system regulation. So the more we can remain in that state and not just stay there, but to expand this, which is called the window of tolerance, expand our window of tolerance for the stresses and events that we can literally tolerate without freaking out, without blowing out our nervous system, the more that opportunity, wealth, money, connection can land in your life. It has more fertile soil to land. If you are in a state where your nervous system deems it unsafe to hold what is occurring in your life, so you have to fight, flight, freeze, fawn, all of these responses, what is trying to come into your life has no fertile soil to land. So it's gonna just blow through your system, right? So when we expand our window of tolerance, and there's so many practices, right? Breath work, somatic therapy, learning to take a conscious pause throughout your day before reacting. I'll get into some, but I really encourage you to look into my Embodied Creator Toolkit. It's got tons of experiments that you can implement into your life that will help you downshift your nervous system as a creative entrepreneur. So the more that you can expand that window of tolerance through observing when your system might start to become activated, taking a conscious pause, and whether that be doing 5 minutes of intentional breath. It can even just be simple in through the nose, out through the mouth. It can be more like pranayama type of thing, like one nostril breathing. Or it can be, your favorite Wim Hof of the day sort of breath work. Breath is how we get connected back to ourselves. So your nervous system really responds most immediately to your level of breathing. The problem is most of us unconsciously are breathing shallow most of the day. So a great place to start to expand your window of tolerance is to see how conscious you can become of your breath on a daily basis, especially when you are engaging whatever your creative work is. Whether that be, I'll speak for myself, when I go to a site visit to meet up with a client for design and furniture and architecture, how deeply and slowly can I breathe? One, that helps me stay regulated, but two, that transmits deeper trust, that transmits a level of presence that is really, really magnetic and attractive to people who are wanting to pay you money for a service, right? Or whether that be you just in your workshop creating, or you writing, whatever it is, the more you can be consciously, deeply breathing and slowing down your breath, the more you're regulated and the more you're transmitting all the juicy things that you want to transmit in the world to have a lasting mark with your creative work, right? Then there's other things like just go take a walk out in nature, touch the ground, feel your feet on the sand, jump in some water. I know it sounds taboo, and look, I know not everyone has the time for this, but it's so simple. Breath, get out in nature, call a friend, schedule, an appointment with a somatic therapist, whatever the fuck it is, right? On the small level to the big level. To get into a more regulated state, we have access to tools all the time. It's just we don't always want to do them because it feels like a burden, or I am so busy, I need to get shit done. It's like, dude, take a minute to just breathe, right? And in these moments, we are literally expanding our nervous system capacity. We're telling life, hey, in this moment, I'm starting to feel a little stressed, but I'm safe to hold it so that I can become more relaxed and I can meet life more fully and presently without reacting from an unconscious pattern of the past, right? That's an incredibly powerful place to operate your creative business from. That's an incredibly powerful place to create from, which makes so much space for more wealth, opportunity, and even greater, this word keeps coming in, visibility, like being seen, like the safety to be seen more is able to land when you are in that state. So true success is really about slowing down your sort of responses and reactions and slowly increasing your ability to feel safe receiving more. The reason why we don't receive more is because we just don't feel safe. Our nervous system's like, I got enough on my plate right now. I can't take another client. I can't take more responsibility. I can't take more money. I got enough now. So when we can pause, breathe, connect with ourselves, connect with nature around us, connect deeply with others, we can feel more safe in our bodies, in our creative expression, and we learn to feel safe receiving. So we feel safe receiving more. So if there's any strategy that is going to boost your creative business, it's not about the external sort of actions. It's about how can I expand my internal state. So some of those strategies that I mentioned are going to be the sort of inner strategies that will unlock more safety in your system so that your body is attuned and safe to receive more. You will cultivate more success when your body feels safe to hold more of it. It's something that I've butted my head against so many times, but it's truly such a powerful shift that you can make as a creative entrepreneur that will actually just have some radical impact. But again, it's a slow strategy. This isn't the overnight success story, right? I want you to cultivate fulfilling, slow, impactful, and sustainable success. And this is really about the slow work of increasing your nervous system capacity. So success is a nervous system game. It is not a strategy game. And with these sort of touch points about why you might be sabotaging, how your nervous system determines your growth, and how you can expand your nervous system capacity for more wealth, I hope that those things have given you a framework to sort of deepen your practice and experiment with. And if you're looking for more, check out the Embodied Creator Toolkit. It's an incredible resource that's going to give you lots of experiments, insights, and frameworks to do just that deep inner work. And also subscribe to my newsletter. It's free, you get it every week, it's juicy. But in the meantime, I just really appreciate y'all for being here. So stoked, so grateful for what's around the corner. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. So I'll see you in the next one. Ciao.